That's right. They always want to be starting something. Now, the people from the White House is saying they believe that Russia hacked in the election. But people not asking them this question. I want to ask, how? I really want to know, how did the Russian hack in the election? How and why? Why they wanted to do that? And how did it did it? Because you guys sat on this news and you said you had the best people working for you during the election, and you had the best equipments. You changed a lot of machines, and you said those new machines were the best. So if they were the best, my question is, then how did the Russian hack in the election computers or equipments? How? Because it seems like you guys do not want to get past this thing. So y'all tell us how they did it and why they did it. What was the reason they did that? We sick and we very tired of hearing the same thing over and over, and you guys not telling us how the Russian did that and what was the reason why they did that. For real, we want to know. Some of us really want to know how. And some of us really want to know why. Because if they did hack in those election machine, then the people who was working on that day of the election, then every one of them should be fired. Because I don't know how people can hack in an election computers or machine. I really don't know. Except it's something that they know how to do from their office or their offices in Russia. That's the only way someone will tell me somebody hacked in the computer or in those election machines, except computer specialists who knows how to operate computer do it from their office. That's the only way some of us will believe that. I know you guys been saying people can hack in people accounts and hack in people computers, but some of us blind when it comes to those things. So we want to know how you guys can explain it better to us. If you guys can explain it better for us, then we will understand, because the whole world now is using computer, the whole world. So if people out there hacking in people computer, then I for one, I would say computer is not safe. Then if computer is not safe, then we shouldn't be using it. Because if you have important information that you don't want anyone to see or know about, and if someone can hack in it, then we shouldn't be using computer. Getting back to some of the things I said yesterday, which means men or human beings, we are not God. We was making these computers, or you guys were making these computers, or you guys made those computers, and those computers were about to take over the world. It was doing a lot of crazy things. So now it's still doing a lot of crazy things, then we don't need it. I know we need it, like you guys said, that we need it for a lot of things. But getting back to you, those people those days were living their normal lives. They never had computer. They went about living. It was tough, but it was okay. So many things we have nowadays, those people never ever had them. And things were plain and simple. Things were very plain and simple at those time or at that time. That's all I gotta say. Because this computer thing, one minute people saying some people use it and they can even bomb the world out of it because they can go in it and get information and all kinds of stuff, then I would say I don't want it. I really don't want it. It's not safe at all. Yeah, I know, man. They keep saying computer is a faster way to do things nowadays. Computer this, computer that. But geez, if those computers making a lot of trouble or causing a lot of trouble, then we don't need it. Seriously, then we really don't need it. Then let's go back to the old-fashioned way. You know, because people had an election, they won the election, and then they came about saying Russian hack in the computers or hack in the election. Oh my God. Then you guys must as well forget about the computers or do not have election. Then you'll do it the old ways. Like I said, in many ways, you'll go back to the old fashioned way. You'll have a vote. Who wins? That's it. You'll have a human being's vote. If 10,000 people chose John Brown, for example, and 5,000 people chose Mary Paul, then John Brown wins. Then we won't have to go through all this computer and Russian hacking stuff. No, it will be plain and it will be simple. Y'all want to do it that way? Y'all do it that way. So we can get past all of these stuff because the next election will be coming pretty soon around the corner. Then y'all won't have to go through this somebody hack into our election, all kinds of crap nonsense. Okay? That's all I can say then. Get back to the old fashioned ways. That's right. They always want to be starting something. We just need to get back to our old fashioned way or ways of doing things then. because a lot of mess going on into this world or in this world nowadays. I think the old-fashioned days were the best. That's right, Michael. Go ahead, Michael. Do your thing, Michael. Yes, Michael. Do your thing, boy. That's right, Michael. Tell them, Michael. That's right, Michael. Let them know. Let them know because they always want to be starting something. Let them know, Michael. Let them know. Yep, they always want to be starting something. So let them know, buddy. Give it to them. Let them know that they always want to be starting something. Let them know, Michael. Let them know. Yep, Hillary Clinton. And then she said, we don't build walls, we build bridges. Hillary Clinton girl, I got news for you. Oops, sorry, but we building that wall and we kicking all the gangsters, all the rapists, all the murderers, and all of the criminals out of America. We kicking them out, Hillary. So if you like, you can take it or you can leave it. Like I said, oops, sorry girl. But if you want to take it, take it. If you want to leave it, leave it. But we building that wall for sure we are. Because it's so important that we have to do that for ourselves, for that great nation, for America, which is that great nation, and for other people. And we are ready for that war, Hillary. Okay? And we sticking to our words, and we looking over that black and white shit. That black and white nonsense, we passing that, we moving forward, and we moving on. We sick and tired of hearing those words: racist, prejudice, black and white nonsense. Some of us very sick and tired of hearing those words. So we moving forward. We do not have time to be stuck on that ignorant, arrogant way of living, that undecent way of living. It's not decent, not at all. That is not normal. That ain't no good way to be living. We are not animals. We do not live in no zoo. America is not a forest. Why should people be living like they living in the forest or they living in the zoo? Do they know the meaning of great? Or do they know the definition of great? They need to go and define that word great. And that is the name y'all have behind you in America. You guys have that name, the Great United States of America. That is why behind you. If you're carrying that name, the Great United States of America, and you guys ain't doing nothing great or acting like great people live in that nation, then it's sad. Then that's very shameful, very embarrassing. Okay? That is so embarrassing, and we're sick and tired of that. We have to start now living like human beings. Living like we're living in the great United States of America. We have to stop living like we're living in the jungle or living in the forest. We're not living in the forest. We do not act like we're living in the great United States of America. We are not animals. We acting like one. All the time, we acting like animals. The words sitting back, looking, laughing, pointing fingers. For instance, Australia. When people used to come from Australia to come to America to visit my friends and family, they would say all the great and nice things about Australia, how the people live there or how the people living there. And then I used to sit and say, oh my God. Then look at America. America was the greatest country before, some people say, on this earth. And now look at America. There ain't no love anymore in America. It's nothing but hate. Babies born today, they learn to hate. Why? Because it's all around them. They see it from their friends. They hear it or see it in school. They see it on the internet. They read it on the internet. They hear about it on the air, on the news, all around them. And it wasn't that way. And I would keep saying, America was never like that. America had nothing but love. Your neighbor could be stuck in the snow those days. You would go in your house, take your shower, and come outside and help your neighbor to clean up his or her driveway. They still do that in Canada. And they're doing that in Australia. But America, they all want money. That all they want and material things. Before they go out there in the cold to go help their neighbor to clean up his or her driveway, they want their neighbor to pay them first. Where is that thing, my brother's keeper? It's no longer in America. It left. But it needs to come back. And if Donald Trump is trying to do that, we should love him, not hate him. Because if you ask me, I would tell you guys, Obama didn't do that for us. He never helped the poor. He never helped the blind. He didn't help the cripple. He was not there for the people who were forgotten and the needy people. So if Donald Trump going to do that, I think we all should work along with Donald Trump as one big, happy, successful team. All those segregation, we should put it behind us. Oh, the white man don't like me, so I don't like the white man. They treated us so bad during slavery days, so I don't like the white man. Hey, buddy, I'm going to ask you, during slavery day, were you born? That's why I asked most of them. During the time they're talking about, so many of us were not even born. Not even Donald Trump. Not even Obama. We were not born in 1816 or in the 1600 or in the 1700. No way. We weren't. Those are history. That's what I keep telling people. Some people need to know the difference between history and legacy. Those things are history. And the only reason why it's still around because it's in the history book. So why should a person dwell on history? Like example, it's right there in the book, even in the Bible. The Bible have two parts, the Old Testament and the New Testament. The Old Testament is there to teach people how the people used to live in the old days. And then Jesus came about and made the New Testament. It's the same as life. Those old things you guys be talking about, they are history. They just have to be around for us to know what went down during those days. But not for you to do it on it and be a useless piece of shit like Canadian called it and want to go around making excuses. You guys need to wake up. Those things are history. It's gone. It's buried. Why you guys keep digging them out? It's just there for you guys to know what happened in the world. History. Just like our everyday life. When you have things that happened to you in the past, you will remember it. That's history. So why people do it on history? Okay? There's supposed to be a new word, a modern day word, a new way of living. People ain't doing that. They're still living in the past. Why some of us living in the now and the present? This is the now. We live in the NOW. N like Nancy, O like orange, W like woman or women. N like Nancy, O like orange, W like woman or women. That's the world we live in now. We not living in those days. If you guys want to say we living in those days, then why you guys keep upgrading them? You upgrade every single minute. You make new stuff. You're coming with new microservers and new softwares and all kinds of new things every single day. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, just name it. All kinds of stuff every single day. Why you guys still not living in the past now? But y'all want to talk about history and want to bring it back in your everyday life. That's wrong. You will never get past that. You will never move on and you will never move forward if you do it on history. History is only there for people to learn, not to live in history. You just have to learn and be wise. Gain knowledge from it. Have understanding. Try to get some wisdom. Not to say, oh, because they made my great-great-grandmothers and fathers slave, so I will do it on it. Okay then. We never had washing machine. Those days, we used to wash our clothes with our hands. Why we using washing machine now? We never had any dishwashers. We used to wash our dishes with our hands. Why are we using dishwashers since some of you want to live in history? We never had shower. We used to take bath outside, or we used to go to the well and flush water, put it on top of our heads, bring it in the bathroom and take bath. If some of y'all want to talk about history, some of us can stay on this phone and preach all day. They never had computers those days. Why you guys so hooked on computers now? Why you don't do like the old days? Since you want to do it on history. All kinds of things they never had those days. They never even had cell phone. If you wanted to talk to someone, you have to go to their door, knock to their door. Why you guys have cell phone now? And some people cannot even put that phone down, not for even 1 second. All kinds of stuff. They even never had no mail carrier, people who deliver letters or mails. They never had in those days. Even in the 1600s, the people used to use a certain kind of bird and put the letter in his mouth and take him or make him to take the letter to whoever they want to send it to. Or sometimes they will walk to that person and deliver the letter themselves by hand. If you guys want to talk about history, then let's go back to the old days and live in the old days. We shouldn't be making excuse. We should just live in the old days, period. End of story. But if you want to move forward and move on, then don't be living in the old days, because this is not the old days. But one thing I would say again, I think I said it earlier in this video, the old days, so many things were there too, were the best. Because there was no hate during the old days. We had love, and that was the best. We were our brother's keeper, and that was good. We were there for one another, and that was great. We helped one another, and we also helped a lot of people, strangers, poor people, homeless people, and that was nice. And I can go on and on and on. Y'all didn't go and took the good part of history, but y'all went into history and brought out the bad part, like the one the white man made us slaves so we don't like him. What's about all the nice and beautiful things that happened during those days? Why y'all didn't bring it out? But no, y'all must bring out the evil ones, the bad one.
Publicizing
Wicked
all of
man.
these leaks more assertively. We know in early October, General Clapper, the head of the National Intelligence, he did release a joint statement with Jay Johnson, the Secretary of Homeland Security, accusing the Russians of doing this. But do you think they made a mistake in not publicizing this more assertively?
I think they should have came to the Congress and said, we have definitive evidence the Russians are interfering in our election, like they're doing all over the world, and that I want your help to hit them back. But he was so worried about the Iran deal. He's been so afraid to take on Russia and Iran. The only thing I can surmise that he's more worried about Russia's help with the Iran deal, and he doesn't want to take them on. And God knows Russia has been, and Iran have been marching through the Mideast. Look at Aleppo.
Now, as far as the Russian motive was concerned, there seems to be a disagreement among some of the intelligence agencies, the FBI. Some say the motive was to help Trump become the president of the United States. Others say the motive was to simply disrupt the American democratic process, if you will, embarrass the United States. What is your understanding what the Russian motive was?
I don't think it matters. We know they interfered in our elections. We know, whether you like John Podesta or not, he's an American. And it could be us tomorrow. It could be Banyan if we take on the Chinese and the Iranians. So I don't know what their motive was, but here's what happened. Most of the information that was hacked into was designed to hurt Clinton, not going after Trump. But it could be us the next time. This is not a Republican Democratic issue. I want to punish them for interfering in our elections, trying to destabilize the entire world, Democratic movements throughout the world. And if you don't, the Chinese and the Iranians are going to see this as weakness, and they'll come after us when we take them on. So
Yeah, you guys can say any crap you want to say. Y'all want to punish the Russian. You guys better move on, move forward, think about something good, think about something better, think about America getting back on its feet. Think about America getting great or greater again. Talking about you guys want to punish Russia. You guys better stop it, please. Y'all keep digging graves. And these graves you guys digging for real. It's not just all of you gonna fall in it. We're gonna fall in it too. That's why we don't want. We don't want y'all going down and everybody have to go down with y'all. Ain't fair. If y'all want to go down, go in person, one by one, and go to Russia. Take a plane, yes, and go to Russia and go deal with them over there. Don't deal with them over here in America, because we sick and tired with this. If y'all so upset, all of you Congress people, or every one of you who work in the White House, who's so pissed up and so upset, take a plane, go to Russia, and go and deal with them in the country. Take it out of America. We don't want it there. We sick and tired of it. We want peace. We want love. We want understanding. We want wisdom too, knowledge too, and we also want common sense.